The problem you have with problems. Now, this is twofold, right? On one end of the spectrum, you have the way you view problems. Let me explain. Problems are necessary in life. Problems inspire solutions. Problems inspire innovation. For example, somebody had a problem with walking, so they invented a car. Somebody had a problem with standing, so they invented a chair. The problem you have with the neighborhood that you live in will cause you to work harder to be able to afford a better living environment. There's no problem with problems. You enter into an experience and you find a problem with that experience, and then you have an adult temper tantrum. The problem you have with problems is the problem. The temper tantrum that you throw, the emotional fallout that you have when you identify a problem is the problem. An example, something happens that you don't like. You can have an emotional temper tantrum about it, or you can take that as a learning experience. What is it teaching you about yourself? Because believe it or not, you don't know yourself. You experience things that make you feel a certain type of way, and then you decide if you like it or not. Stop having an emotional temper tantrum and embrace problems as your emotional guide to what it is that you like in life, as your emotional guide to figuring out yourself, as your emotional guide to understanding who you are. When you try a new food for the first time, you don't go into that experience knowing whether or not you are going to like this food. You try it, your body responds in a manner that says, we like this, or we don't like this. And then you leave that experience with more information about yourself. You now know that you like this particular food or not. It's the same concept with life's experiences. Somebody handles you rudely and you want to throw a temper tantrum, you want to lash out, instead of just internalizing that, saying, I don't like this type of behavior. I need to stay away from these type of people. And that's the problem. Change your mindset, change your life. Once you realize you don't have to stay around these people, nor do you have to tell them about themselves when they handle you badly, nor do you have to have the confrontational fallout. None of that is necessary. They handled you in a way you didn't like. It made you feel some type of way, which informed you that you didn't like it. And now you have information not only about yourself, but about that person. Now you have to make a decision. Do you decide to allow this person to exist in your life? Do you decide to extend them an olive branch? Hey, I didn't like that. Or do you just walk away? Whatever you decide is completely up to you. There is no right or wrong answer. Honestly, it all comes down to how it makes you feel. Change your mind, change your life. But you can only make new decisions with new information. What have we learned so far? So far, we learned that you are the problem. The problem is your mindset. And the number one problem is the problem you have with problems. Tongue twister.